these have been drying inside the house here during the night with the air conditioner. And now you gotta go outside to get some sunlight and dry some more. There's not much heat coming from the sun right now. It's overcast, but the sun's trying to shine through those clouds. So, and I gotta watch the weather. There's a chance for rain today, so I better keep my eyes on the clouds. Anyway, I'm gonna let this dry. These are already partially dry. They dried a little bit yesterday, and then they dried it in the air conditioning last night a little bit, and then I'll let them out here today. I'm not gonna separate them. They're half dried, or more than half. So I think that the sun will evaporate the moisture in them today a little bit. Okay. I got other things to do. I gotta wait till the dew's off. I'm gonna cut some grass with the lawnmower. Yeah. Grass and weeds, that is. That's what I worked on yesterday. Plus the weeds at the top of the big pasture too. Yeah. It just cleans them up pretty good. Yeah. Oh, they'll still grow back, but they won't go to seed. That's the main thing. Now the sticker weeds, spiny amaranth, they might have had seeds on them, but I think they were still blooming. And there's like that right there. That's spiny amaranth. Cattle only eat the tips off where the seeds are, or blossoms. It's not hot today though. Yeah, forecast showed it's not barely reach 80. Traffic. I think I know where that truck comes from. Overcast today, which helps it keep cool, but it's also going to make it a little bit humid. But it'll be good for me when I cut grass. The sun won't be so strong. Okay. Light bulbs up there. Oh, gotta dump the rain gauge too. Forgot about that. I'm going to have to move the cat food out of my way. That shouldn't be too hard. There's the 6 jugs of tea that I cooked the other day. They're frozen now. When I first recorded them, they were not frozen yet. Here's that milkweed that I picked a couple weeks ago, I think. It's been a while. Yeah. Been a while. Or at least a week anyway. Or 10 days, something like that. Anyway, it's still growing. not growing. It's still alive. But it still has an aroma, but it's not as strong as it used to be. Yeah, just keep it in water. That's doing good. Yeah, I can still smell it. I want to plant some. I want to harvest some seeds this year and plant them around the house next spring. It's only 74 degrees at about 10:45 a.m. So I'm going to get the lawnmower running, pump up the tires if I need to, and fill it with gas, check the oil, and start cutting some grass and weeds. It's not hot, and it's still overcast. I don't know exactly where the sun is. I think it's up there. Yeah, it's comfortable. Yeah, not hot. But I can feel the warmth of the sun a little bit. And I'm drying the leaves there. I was keeping on the weather. There's some rain out to the west in Missouri, but ain't here yet. So maybe I'll get that dried before any rain comes. Oh, I gotta dump the rain gauge. I almost forgot from the other day. Well, the rear tires are pumped up. They're hard. That's one always goes flat. I need to have it. I gotta pump it up with air before I start cutting, and I gotta get some gas in it. The oil's okay. Alright, let's start her up. Well, Mama, you gonna break that fight up? Huh? Okay, let's start her up. Let's see if it'll start. Let's go! Oh, I forgot to didn't do the lever right. Scared the cats. Hardweed. Yeah, good day to cut grass. There ain't much here to cut, but I want to even it out. There's some weeds that I gotta get rid of that net wrap pile of net wrap and roots. Dump it someplace out of the way. I'll burn it after it dries up. Lawnmower's ready to go, and I'm ready to go. Oh, I gotta open the gate first. Tires pumped up over there on the other side, the small one. So good to go. I forgot something in the house. I'm gonna go back. come back. Hard to drive straight with one hand. Yeah, I'm over this too. Down there, I might go over there. I'm over the can here. This winter don't work. Feels the grass, that's about it. Okay, I'm going to start on this end. Well, I'm gonna mow the pasture road first up to the bridge. I always do that first, and then I'll mow down. I'll blow the weeds and grass this way, and then on the way back I'll blow it all back underneath the fence. I think I'll probably make 2 and maybe 3 cuts. We'll see. Let's get going. Deer! Change his mind. See what jumped my fence. No, I don't think so. Side of the road. I don't think anybody. There it goes. It just crossed the street. Deer was going to jump across my fence until it saw me or heard me. Yeah, Mo. Well, I'm gonna mow this pasture road here all the way to the bridge, and that's all. And then I'll mow what I can here. At least get some big weeds to cut down. I'll mow this way, throw it that way. Then on my I'll probably put 2 more passes, at least 2 more, and I think I'll start out there and keep blowing it that way before I cut one and then cut back this way, blow it that way. Then I'm going to have to turn around and drive all the way back without cutting, and then so because I want to blow everything under the fence. The last time I think better if I start from the outside and work my way in. But first cut is always against the fence because I get closer that way. Okay, let's cut this first. I got the edges done. Let's do the middle now. I'll get this later. There's not much wind today. Not much at all. There's a breeze when I'm driving. I generate my own breeze when I'm moving forward. Yeah, every time I drive across my concrete work, I have to smile to myself. I didn't think I could do it, but I did. Yeah. If I remember right, I started on that one. I did that one first, and then that one. That way I'd have two tracks to drive on. I did this one, and then if I had to drive across come across here, I drove through here. And then when I was working on this one, I was able to drive through here, straddle that one, and drive across here. And then the next one I did was that one. I did that one, and then I did this one, and then I did the last one, the middle one last. Yeah, I got reinforcement. I got hog panels in there, wire hog panels. Yeah, so it's strong. And then I patched that corner too because there was a big hole there, and so I patched that. The reason I did this because this side is sinking. You can see the crack. This corner, when the water comes down here, it flows and comes in hard, like during a flood. It undercuts that big slab here, big weight of concrete, and it's sinking a little bit. So, and then there's also a hole there, and it's kind of hollow underneath there part way, and the crack went all the way up. Yeah. So I decided to reinforce it with this because that was before we hauled bales, because that trailer. And I also want to get rock, so there's going to be a heavy truck coming across here. The last time I got rock, I checked, it was 10 tons. I got 10 tons, so I might just get 10 tons. I don't know how much 11 bales, tractor and a trailer weighs, but the trailer itself weighed about, I forget. It's heavy. It's a heavy duty trailer. Anyway, I'm cutting this. Yeah. I don't have any money for rock right now, but eventually I'm going to get some more. Because I want to spread some there from the gate that way. I don't need none in here, but from the gate out there, there's a couple big low spots there. I got to rock that. And there's some other, I want to rock up at the very top of the road near the gate. And also some down over that way. I'm adding dirt first though. I added some dirt already. I need to add some more first before I get rock. Okay. Well, I better get back to mowing. Nice and cool here on the bridge though. Nice and cool in the shade. There's a slight breeze coming in from that direction. There's a slight breeze. You really can't see it though. I don't see nothing moving. Oh, there's a leaf. That grass ain't moving though. Look. Whatever that grass stuff is up there, I don't know what it is. I'm not sure. Could be cattails, I'm not sure. Anyway, back to mowing. Since I'm here, I sprayed them weeds there once, but I think when I'm mowing this time, yeah. All I got left in here is the middle, and then I'm going to get behind there. I got it set up so I can go back in there with the lawnmower, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it while I'm thinking about it. As long as I don't get stuck. I still have to mow the center. Then I'm going to come back here and mow this. Look what I see. The neighbor sprayed this the other day, a couple days ago I think. I could see the weeds wilting. Those are soybeans. I could see the weeds wilting, drooping in their leaves. But I also see that it carried all the way over to here. See, those are, I didn't spray those. I sprayed these here, but I didn't spray all the way back there. But the weed killer from the wind must have been blowing through here. Yeah, because I heard him out here and I figured he was spraying, and then his sprayer went north and sprayed just on the other side of the trees to the north. And when he was doing that, I could smell the spray. He sprayed that side too, across the creek. But look at that. That spray came out. Look what it did to the tree. Must be some strong stuff. I don't think it hurt. I don't think it hurt my pasture. I don't think so. After I finish this side here, I can't mow that there. It's a steep bank there. See, steep bank. But some of these weeds will die. But I'm just going to worry about the ones along the fence. Okay, back to mowing. Yeah. The only tight spot is coming around that tree. I got a log on that side there braced up, and a thing tied to a tree, so it don't slide down the hill. But I can barely squeeze through there. But I think I made it before, so let's do it again. Okay. Tight fit, but I think I can make it. I hit a hot soft spot there, just past that tree. Almost didn't get out. Okay, one more pass going down here, and I'll be done. I got a little sickle with me, and anything that's underneath the fence that I can't mow with the mower, I'll just cut them off. Yeah. I thought about mowing on the inside of the fence, but the cattle are keeping it pretty clean on the inside of the fence. But they don't. I don't let the cattle in here, so that's why I mow this. Okay, let's finish this and head to the. I'll do the other side from the gate to the road. I gotta do that, and then I'll do all the way down there. Sort of sandy here. Well, maybe not so much here. Yeah, but there's sand here too, so from previous floods. But right here, there's a lot of sand here. Yeah, but I got through it. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, the tight fit coming in. See my tire track? Yeah. Yeah, I have to lift up my shield here to get through. I think that's a white van. Yeah, I've seen it before. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, that's a. I used to work for bumper auto parts factory, and we made those bumpers, the front and rear. Transit van, they call it Ford Transit van. I remember those. I used to gauge them, make sure they were the right size. Anyway, let me get out of here. Hopefully I can make it. I made it in, so I should make it out. I need to get that raised up, that dirt, because it's sinking down. I got the log in there. I need a new log, I think. That one's kind of rotten. Okay, let me get out. I got a little bit more to mow there. Oh, it's better than it was. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to. I need to move that out and get some dirt in there so I can get past there. Because that trees are getting bigger. That's a walnut. I planted them. We planted a whole row of walnuts there, but that's the only one that survived. I don't know why. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I got a big log in the ditch going up that road there. And I'll have to cut a piece out, and I'll move those T-posts. I got 1, 2, 3 T-posts in there. Yeah. And if I get a better log in there, yeah, I'll move them down a little bit. So now see, I got the middle one tied to the tree so it don't be pushed over. Yeah. Yeah, I'll work on that sometime. It's not that important. I only have to do this once or twice. Yeah, this is the first time this year, so it's not that important. Yeah, but I do like to be safe when I do go through there. Yeah. Okay, back to work. Back to mowing. Yeah, I need some rock in here. There's some sand there, so when the water overflows, it also comes down the hill there, it erodes right there. I try to channel it on that side of the post, but it keeps coming down farther. Yeah, I need some rock in here. Yeah, I blew all this grass here. I blew that up around the corner to help keep the weeds down. Okay, let's continue. Oh, this part's done. At least it ain't hot. I mean, it's warm. I'm sweating a little bit, but it's sky's overcast, so there's no direct sun on me. See, nice and cloudy, all the way up to wherever the sun might be. Somewhere up there. Okay, now to get this mowed. Okay, my plan is to mow as close as I can to the fence. I got the fence turned off so I don't actually get shocked with it if I bump into it with the mower. Of course, I'm on rubber tires, but still. Anyway, I'm gonna cut down here all the way to the end, and then it's gonna blow that way. And then, at least here, because here I can cross the ditch easy from that pole. From here, I think I'm gonna go all the way. Before I just cut there and over, but from that pole, since the ditch is narrow, I want to cut this part here next to the road because I want more grass going underneath the fence for weed control, mulch. So we'll see how that works out. Okay, let's start cutting here. I gotta decide how much I want to cut here. I could use some more grass there. I'm going to cut this first from that pole back here. Get this out of the way. Normally I would just maybe cut from the pole or a little bit past the pole and then throw it that way. I'll do that first. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I don't think I want to cut all the way into that big stuff. I'll let the township crew, mowing crew, do that. Okay, let me mow some more. But I'm going to start on the outside, work my way in. That way I don't have to go over it again. And if it gets too thick, well, then I'll just have to start cutting it from this side. Okay. And I also have to spray weeds. I can't go in there and mow that, so I got to. I sprayed weeds here not too long ago, but it seemed like that weed killer is not working on these broadleafs as much. Kills the grass real good, but the broadleafs not so much. So I'm gonna have to use up what I got, and then or apply it more heavily. Because I can go in there with a weed. I can go in there with a weed cutter and cut them. Maybe that's what I'll have to do. Yeah. Well, I'll see. I'll try the spray first. That's easier. Anyway, right now I'm going to cut some more on this from that pole this way. It's sprinkling. There's hardly any, there's clouds in the sky, but they just started to sprinkle. So I'm going to go back to the house and bring in my mulberry leaves. They're going to get wet. It's a really light drizzle. I can feel it. Or I can't really see it. I can feel it. At least I got to cut along the fence. That's the most important part. I'll be back when it stops raining. And this part's done too. What is that? Is that a leaf? I'll check it out later. I gotta get back. My mulberry leaves are getting wet. Yeah, it's raining it real lightly, so I better get in. Get my mulberry leaves out of the rain. Just getting caught a bird. Boy, just like her mama. Or its mama. Could be a boy. I don't know what kind of bird that is, but it's got wings. Luckily it didn't rain hard. I can hear the rain on the roof. I better bring them in then. They'll look dry. Yeah, they're still dry, so not much damage done. I'll take them back inside the house where it's air conditioned. If you listen closely, you can hear them hit the trailer. See the little drops? I can hear it. They're just getting wetter. They're back inside now. At least the air conditioner will take the humidity out of them. I guess I won't put them out anymore today since there's a chance for rain. Well, it's 1 p.m. weather radar showing I'm under rain. And it looks like there's some more coming, but it's going this way. And there's a big one out that way. I don't know if I can finish cutting the grass today. One, it's going to be a little wet, so I can always do it tomorrow. Of course, I think tomorrow is supposed to a higher chance for rain. We'll see how much I get. At least I got my leaves in, and I got something cut. The most important part. I still need to cut around the house, but that can wait too. Looks like I'll be inside the house the rest of the day. At least till the rain's over. It's around 3:30 p.m. and I couldn't tell. I can't get my AccuWeather to come up on the computer. Must be a block signal or something. It still shows I got connection, but anyway, it's not working. Temperature is about the same. Feels cooler though. Feels cooler. I don't think I got much rain, if any. Kind of hanging around up here. It don't seem like it rained it hardly at all. Yeah, dirt's still dry over there. Yeah. There's nothing in the rain gauge, so it didn't rain. But it had a little drizzle though, for a little while. There's there. Well, I guess I'll take the lawnmower back out. It's not raining right now, so I'll see if I can finish cutting that grass out there. I also want to cut the grass in there. I'm not going to do this area here because I'm going to let them back in here eventually. But not until I get done mowing. Oh, the water's full. Must have got some rain there, because that tub is full. Well, it's not raining, so I'm going to go back out and cut grass. Continue where I left off. Somebody's honking down the road. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, sky's a little bit clearer. Let's see, where did I leave off? Oh, it's down there. Let me head down there and see what I can do. I don't see the cattle anywhere. They must be resting up there on top somewhere. Now, I'm going to be cutting that from there over and keep blowing it on, so to blow it under the fence. Acts like a mulch. I hope. Creek's full of water. I mowed this once. I'm going to go over it again. Stuff's pretty tall through there. Cleaned it up. That's cleaner. Grass is pretty thick in there. I hope it's hard to cut. But I'll do what I can. Maybe it's better if I just cut from this side. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, it's a little thick here now. Well, it's thick here too, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this side. Well, I got to go down there and cut from that direction, so it blows that way. And once I do that, then I got to go back and keep blowing that over. So all this here is blown under the fence too. That's what I did last time I cut. This is a good day to do cutting because it's overcast and the sun's. I can still feel the heat of the sun though. Even though it's only in the 70s, I can still feel the sun beating down through me. The heat's going right through the clouds. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to make this pass, blow it that way. Then I'll come back and keep blowing that stuff over closer to the fence. And then I'll do a section up there. Yeah. And then the last section will be up by the road. By the pasture road entrance. Grass is thick here. We could thinner up farther. Well, this is a cool breeze now. Almost feels like it's drizzling again, but it's okay because as long as it don't rain hard, I'll keep cutting. Yeah, and the mulberry leaves are in the house now anyway. And they're pretty dry. I think this will be my last pass. Take that loose stuff and throw it under the fence. Yeah, I don't have to come back. Yeah, I feel a few drops, just a few. The reason I'm shutting the engine off when I use the camera, or the phone camera, because I can't hear myself when I'm with the engine running, so it's just a hassle. Okay, one more trip here, then I'll cut that section there from this pole here, from that pole there to the. Yeah, when I'm looking at the camera, I'm pointing there, but when I'm pointing at the pole in the camera, but when I look at with my own eyes, I'm actually pointing over there. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, let's yeah. I want to end it. See where that curve straightens out? I'll cut that little section there since it's uneven. That's the cattle might eat some of this grass when they come in here on that side, but that's okay if they want to do that. But the majority of it is going to stay on. Hopefully, it'll stay on top of this thing underneath the fence that blocks some of the weeds from growing back. If I was really ambitious and energetic, I could have raked this up and used it in on the garden around the lemongrass. But I got some old grass clippings on a wagon inside the barn, so I don't need this. Hey, I just saw the cattle. They're coming down through the tree. I can see them through the trees. They're coming down there. Coming down here. Oh, there's the calf just running. Yeah, I saw a few. Yeah. They'll be in the pond for a while. Even though it ain't really hot, they still like to soak in the water. That'll do. I could have blown it more closer to the fence, but I think it's better this way. It keeps the weeds from going on the outside of the fence a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, let's turn around and cut some more. Yeah, I'll cut that where that fence makes it turn to go straight. Yeah, I'll cut this here. Cut this section right here, and then the next section would be from that pole to the other pole, or that post to the utility pole, and the last section would be right past the utility pole. And on that one, I'm going to go all the way up to the road and mow, because it's a narrow piece anyway. Okay, let's cut. last section I want to cut here. Yeah, it's got a few drops falling on me just like before, but it's not hurting nothing. Cattle came out of the creek. They're eating again. I have to remember to turn the fence lock on before I leave. Yeah, I turned it off when I started this. Okay, let's cut some more. Yeah, I can feel the rain more now. Crack gets through it may not cut good or blow out. It won't stop them from eating though. Okay, it's raining a little bit more now. Still not enough to stop me, but I can feel more drops. Yeah, that's pretty thick in there, but I'm still going to do this side first. That way my last pass would be over there. Yeah, I decided to cut all that because it was hard to record on the hill like that. Yeah. And I need 2 hands for this thick stuff. Yeah, they're spread out now. Grazing. There's still lots of grass here because I had it idle there for about 6 weeks. From around June 1st to, oh, no, around May 1st to the first week of June. Yeah, it's holding up. I sprayed the ironweeds when they were younger, but now I see the ironweeds are sticking up, showing themselves. So I'm gonna have to spray them. I could cut them, but they're just grow back, so I'm gonna spray them like I did over there, way over there. Spraying is the best way. There's the 2 babies over that way. The 2 youngest ones, the white and the brown. They're almost all brown. Well, I'm getting wet, so I better get going. Let's finish this job. Cut. Blowing it that way. Yeah. I'm sure once they come up to the fence here, they're going to eat most of that on that side of the fence because it blew out pretty far. I could see it sticking to the weeds or the grass that was growing out there. But that's okay. When I first started to do it this way, I wanted them to eat that. That's what I wanted. But now I'd rather have it for mulch. But they're going to eat some of it, at least when it's fresh like that. When it starts to turn brown, they probably won't eat it no more. Yeah. They're grazing away. Yeah, I'm getting wet a little bit. Nothing I can't handle. And I noticed the mower is a little harder to cut now since it's wet. So one more cut and I'll be done here. I'll be done. Yeah, one more cut. I'll be done out here. I decided to cut on the way back because I was trying to get some more of the weeds out of that ditch. Yeah, because it's hard to cut in a ditch like that. Yeah, they're making their round now. They're moving across. They'll go to the other end, and then they'll come back. And if they wind up at the fence, yeah, I'd like to see that. I don't know if I can call them for that, but I don't want to bother them. They eat it, they eat it. They don't, they don't. Looking good. That's good enough for me. Yeah. 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 I don't know if I want to wait out here. Yeah, it looks like the rain is over there. I am getting a little sprinkle, that's all. Just a little. Everything's just a little bit wet. It's like a heavy mist. Yeah. I'm gonna drive down to the bridge. See if anybody's left over. I think they're all out here. Yeah, I need to start cutting them trees out too. And the only way I can think of is doing this because my chainsaw is not working at all hardly. If I get it started, it only runs for a few seconds. I need to have somebody look at it or buy a new one. I'm afraid that the cost of having it repaired is probably close to a new one. It's usually how it works. Anyway, but I don't really want to walk down in that creek, especially with all the water in there, because I probably would have to go barefoot or wear my boots. I could wear my boots, but the boots are only so tall. I might be in deeper water. I'm gonna cut them off about waist high or knee high so the cattle can still rub on them and eat the sprouts that come out. But I'm gonna have to cut them down with an axe. I got a nice little axe that I used in high school that I bought. So it's a really lightweight. Yeah. But I cut a lot of trees down with it. We're talking some big ones too. When I was younger. I think I can still do it. Yeah, I just don't want to crawl down in that creek with all that jungle and logs and everything down there. Jungle, I call it. With a chainsaw. Yeah. Anyway, I'm done. I still got time. I think I'll hold off and cut the front yard or front pasture. I guess it's a pasture now. Front and the south side, the west and south side of the house, where the cattle are. I think I'll wait. I don't think I want to cut it anymore today. I could. There ain't nothing very thick. There's all. I might cut some, just to see how it works. But first I'm going to drive down there and take a look at the bridge, or the creek. Okay, let's go. There you can see the raindrops. That's how much it's raining. It's light, but it's still wet. Yeah, I'm getting wet. Well, I want to cut one more thing since I got the thing out here. Well, I figured since I'm out here with the lawnmower, I'll go ahead and cut the weeds here that the spray didn't kill. Yeah, it's raining harder now. I got to get going. I'm getting wet. I'll cut the stuff by the house some other day. I'm also cutting I just cut the side, and I'm cutting this side by the fence, and that's all. Well, it's 5:30 p.m. and I'm done. It's raining more now. I'm really getting wet. I'm not soaked or nothing, but I'm still wetter than before. Yeah, I mowed up the sides of the pasture road, going up to the gate and back, and then along here, just where those tall weeds are. Okay, I guess I can go home now. Can hear myself think. Cattle are still way back there. They haven't reached the fence yet. Oh, I gotta remember to turn the fence on when I pass it. Hope I don't forget. I have a tester with me, but I had a insulated wire I could test it across the T-post. It sparks. Okay, I'm getting wet now, but it's still a light drizzle. Yeah, they're going to be close to the fence pretty soon, because I think they're going to swing around that way. I'm going to stay out here and see if they find the grass along the fence. Yeah, I'll just sit here for a while, getting wet. If they find the grass under the fence, I'll head down there. I'll drive down there, and could just drive down there with the truck. We have to worry about getting wet. Because if they find the grass, they're gonna be there a while. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll go home and bring the truck back. I think that's better. One last look at my mowing today. Yeah, I got something done. Well, cattle are close to the fence, and that's where the grass is. I thought they'd be up on it right now. I still should go back home and take the lawnmower back and bring the truck back here so I can sit in comfort without getting wet. I guess if they start eating it, they're going to be there a while. rest of the feathers left over from that bird that one of the kittens caught and ate. Sure went down just a hair. Or maybe not. It's still 74. It's the same. I gotta go take the truck out there. Since I'm going, I might as well take the sledgehammer and the salt block. Oh, the salt block's up here. Okay. Let's go see if the cattle found the grass next to the fence. Got the sledgehammer and the salt block. It's getting close to 6. Yeah, I think they're on the fence. Yeah, they found it. They found it. Yeah. Well, they're not all eating it. Some of them are. I'll just stay on the side of the road. Not all of them found it yet. Some did though. There's grass under there. They're not too interested in it. One calf, I think the bull might have got some. They're not too interested in it though. This one is. And the babies, I think she is too. No, that's not. That's the older heifer, a yearling. Where's the other one at? Where's the other? Where's her little brother at? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. He's way over there. Yeah, he's way over there. Next to the creek and trees. Yeah, they're not too interested in this guy. Oh no, she's nibbling on it. And she's nibbling on it. These are the 2 yearlings from last year. That one and that one. That's Mama Cow's 6th calf. And that little bull over there is the 7th calf. If I'm not mistaken, that heifer there, these are the 2 last ones born. They're about a month apart, but look how big she is. And she's from that cow there. And she's from that white cow up here. And let's see, what else we got? Now that calf there, that's a heifer. That's out of that brown cow there. She's also out of that cow. She's the fourth calf from that cow, and she's the 5th calf from that cow. She's the 2nd calf from that white cow over there. And she's the 1st calf from the white cow over there. Okay, I gotta go. I can stay on the road. Yeah, they're not too interested in that hay. They like the fresh stuff. Although it's fresh, but it's probably got a taste of gasoline or something. I'm running out of battery. I'm done here anyway. Okay, let's go home. I guess that's all I'm going to do today.
I could probably cut some grass up. It stopped raining, so I could probably cut some grass up around the house. It's 6 p.m. I still got time. Maybe I will. Well, I went all the way back to the house and I remembered I was supposed to bring. I got the salt block and the sledgehammer. I got to open that gate and give them salt. So that's what I'm here for. You know, I just came back. I decided I'm not going to cut grass by the house today. Yeah, I'm just too tired. I'd rather do it another day. It's enough that I got this done. I'm also low on my battery. It doesn't seem like I don't want to. My plug, my charging cord, it don't want to make a good connection. I have to buy a new one. I just hope it ain't the plug hole in the phone that's screwed up. Okay. I'm going to open that gate about halfway, enough to get the truck through in case I need. And I might as well close that other gate up there too. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I don't have my. I'm charging with my truck here at 6 p.m. I left my portable power bank for the charging the phone on the lawnmower. Okay, I'm gonna get that done sitting here. Okay, let's go. Well, got the gate stopped open. I drove in a T-post with a Y-shaped tree branch or limb the gate can set on, and it's chained to the T-post now. So they can go in and out. They can go in here. I just remember to close the gate by the bridge. That's all I got to remember. So this job is done. Oh, no. I want to test this to make sure I can go through. I think I can. Yeah, that's pretty wide. Yeah, no problem. No problem. And I close this gate. It's been open for a while. Probably the last time I sprayed these weeds. And I don't see too many. Yeah, most of them are dead. The big one, tall ones anyway. And since I was here, I decided to go ahead and apply some of that fly ointment. I guess you could call it ointment. It's dishwashing liquid, Dawn, vegetable oil, and permethrin. Permethrin for the flies. And so dumped off the salt block. I found a small piece. Found a small piece, so I stuck it in right in front of it, right inside the tire. It'll probably fall on the ground again. Yeah, but what holds it up off the ground? I used to use I call it tire rim, but the salt just corrodes them too fast. So I got me an old tire from one of our Fiestas or Festivas, one or the other, and I got some cedar branches, limbs that will fit inside the thing, and I cut a notch out, a flap out on the sidewall, so I could, because I got them the same length as the tire, width as the tire, so I got 4 of them in there, and that's what the salt block rests on. Yeah, I can get through there. Before we go out, I want to look at this cow here. There's 2 cows, 3. There's a brown cow and the mama cow on the right. Mama cow's on the right, and the brown cow's on the left through that little opening under the tree. There's another brown animal. I'm not sure which one that is. Oh, that's that heifer. That's mama cow's 6th calf. Yeah, the heifer. That's the one. That's the milk teat that I had to take up to the house last winter because she was stealing milk from the red cow, which is right there now. It just came up, and that was back in September and October or something like that. And I don't know if her stealing milk from that cow while she was nursing her own did something to her, but I think she lost her calf at the end of February, but I didn't find the bones and the skin until 2 weeks later, sometime the first week of March. That's a shame. I probably saw the signs that she had a calf, because when I was cutting ice for him and she came down to drink up there on top, she had a hard time walking back up the bank from the water, from the water hole. The hole in the ice, and then she was also, every time I went out there to feed hay, she was laying every time I went out there to look at him or do anything, she was laying around all the time, laying down. So that should have been my cue that she had a calf, but I never found it right when she had a calf. I didn't find it because I didn't know she had it. But then I found it by accident when I was driving around. Yeah. Well, anyway, she survived. I'm thinking she might have had a breech birth. Yeah. But she was able to push it out, but I think it hurt her a little bit. And that was her 2nd calf too. Her 1st calf is the Red Bull up at the house. Okay, now I gotta close this gate. Hope I don't forget, because I'm so used to just driving through it. I think maybe they're coming back to the water. Maybe. Yeah, I like my bridge. Yeah. I like my big pasture here. Got everything they need. It's got a creek running through it, which they use mostly, but they also had this little pond here, because the part where you're looking at on the creek, that was dug out. The creek actually, from that big tree, that dead tree over there, the creek used to flow to the left. Well, it flowed down that way. Anyway, it would go upstream from the tree up to these trees. And then it followed the base of that big hill here, Groundhog Hill. It followed that base of that hill. That's why it's deep here. I didn't even have to dig this out too much. Well, I probably did though, but the creek was pretty deep, and it made a turn right here. Creek flowed right where the bridge is. There was another big turn. Then it turned this way toward that hill there, and then it made another turn to go right. So when and there was a bunch of trees here where I'm driving all the time, on this side of the fence. So when I had all the trees pushed out, and I dumped them in this creek here, where I'm from the bridge here. I dumped them in that big hole of the old creek. But I left this hole here to make a little pond, which worked out pretty good. So when all this here where the creek is now, it was all dug out and the dirt was piled on top of the thing. I'm not sure if some of the trees were put in that whole creek going across there, but I know there's a culvert in there. The water can drain out that way, or it's supposed to be able to. So, but there's a culvert, and I know it sticks out in the creek. I don't know. I think it's plugged up or something. But anyway, all this dirt was removed, put up over here, and oh, there's a sycamore. I'll leave that one. I got to cut these thorn trees out, but I'll leave that. I'm surprised they didn't eat it. Huh. Yeah, that's why this is mounded. Whoop, I don't want to back up into the pond. That's why there's a mound here, see? Up along that fence there, straight across, there's a mound here, because that's where all the trees were pushed into and then mounded up. And we put a little dam right across there. I should have put a culvert in there, but I didn't want to spend any money. But I spent money on the culvert to go across the other way, though. I don't know. I just didn't do it right. Okay, let's get out. Let's go close this gate now before I forget. Okay, let's close this gate because they can go in here now. Now I can have some extra grass to eat in here. I checked the fence. Since I hooked that other gate up, that gate hook beyond the other gate, it turns on the fence here, and it's working good. This part of the south fence, and this wire on the inside is hooked to that, so that means that fence is on too. So it's all working. Oh, look at that! I'm dying here. I think there's a sycamore dying. Yeah, see, the sycamore's dying there. All the leaves are falling off. I know that tree there, that got hit by lightning. I think it was last year sometime. Look at the bark. See? There's no bark on this side, so but it's still got leaves on it. So, but I think it's gonna die eventually. Yeah, it's not die. It's gonna fall when the wood rots. So we'll see what happens. If it falls, it looks like it's gonna lean this way. So I'll just have to clean it up where it falls in the fence. That's what I need chainsaws for. A chainsaw for, dependable one, which I don't have one right now. Anyway, I got grass, a little bit to snack on in here. I think there's just as much grass out there now too. It's not raining no more, see? Yeah. Cattle are all spread out. Bugs are bothering me already. Yeah, a couple of thorn trees. There and over there. They gotta come out sometime. They make shade, but I can't have a thorn tree here. Yeah, they'll spread seed. I don't see no seeds on them right now. Yeah. And they're not really in the way here yet. But once they start going to seed, they will be. See those thorns on? I can see thorns on them right now. Yeah, I don't want them in my tractor tire either. Okay, I think they're getting ready to come down. Even though it's not hot, it's only in the low 70s, near 70. I think they're still going to come down to the water, if not to drink, to do something else, just to cool off, cool their legs off, keep the flies off their legs, something like that. There's also no wind. Any waves are from the bugs or frogs that live here. Look at the reflection. There. That tree reflected down in there. Hey, cool. There's my concrete work from this spring. I formed it in 5 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 in the middle. It's about 4 inches thick, more or less. Thicker on this end here, I think. Yeah. Oh, there's the sun, I think. At least it looks like a sun. Although it's 6:30, I don't know if it would be that high. Anyway, I still got to clean this mess up. I got an old wooden box there. You can see part of it. It's got some hardware on it. And I got to clean it up. I pulled them out of here this spring. There was my original culvert on the bridge down here, but it got washed out in the flood. I tried to imitate what they had over there that crosses the road, but it didn't hold up. So then I built this big one. Yeah, she's going in the water. Hey, bird. Got a nest here somewhere? Probably. Well, it's cool right now. It's not raining. I better go. I'm tired. Yeah, I'll clean up all this wood and that rose bush and everything, and I'm going to drag it all over there, or haul it all over there to that pile over there, because I want to burn that in the fall, I think. Yeah, if I can get those trees, cut those trees down and drag them out, let the cattle eat the leaves off those willows down in that creek, I'm going to drag them onto that pile there too. Have a big pile. Yeah. Anyway, but I said I got to clean this mess up one of these days. Yeah, I spent a lot of money and time on this thing with the Creekcrete and the lumber for forms. Came to about $957 altogether. Creekcrete's not cheap. I didn't check into it or nothing, but I probably could have done faster if I just used a cement truck. I could have calculated how much I needed, but I would need help for that, and I didn't want to ask anybody to help me, and I didn't want it one big bill. This way I paid a little bit at a time. Each time I bought just enough bags, about 20 bags for each one. I think a little more for that one. Yeah. But it got done. My next expense, a cow. My next expense is get some rock over there in the low spots over there on the other side by the gate and by the road, and get some more rock over that way. But I gotta haul some dirt over there first. I need some dirt there. I already hauled some. I need to haul some more. But I also need to get some big riprap. And I can dump it down in here. There's a hollow spot underneath. I don't know how far in it goes. There's too much water in here to find out. I was waiting for this creek to dry up, but it hadn't dried up. Usually this time of year, the creek is dry. So I'm glad that we got water. So whatever I need to do here can wait until the creek is dry. Because yeah, because I'm gonna have to build some kind of board or a fence, or tin or something, roofing, some kind of, and then so I can just throw the rock down and it'll stay. It won't spread out that way. It'll just stay there. Anyway, that's a job for another day and maybe another year. Yeah, I patched that corner too. Yeah, I knew something was wrong because it was cracking here. Formed a crack here. I don't know how long it's been there, but crack went all the way up because I had concrete poured like from there all the way across, but over time it cracked because this area, this corner sunk, sunk. But I fixed it temporarily. It's stronger now. For those big trucks of rock, and for our tractor, my brother's tractors, and his big trailer loaded with 11 big round bales. That's heavy, so I had this done before that. That was my main objective, getting that done. Also for the rock trucks that I'm gonna have to bring here eventually, when I have the money to buy rock. What you looking at, cow? Huh? What you looking at? Something I don't see? No? Nothing? You're looking at something. Calves are still over there. Oh. She's my oldest cow and best cow. She's had 7 calves. She's working on her 8th, I hope. Her last calf was a bull. She's had first four calves were heifers. I still got 3 of those. Two-tone one. That one, that was 3. 1 and 3. 2 I already sold with her 2 calves last fall. And this one here, that's number 4. Then she had the white bull that's up at the house now. That's number 5. 6 is that heifer there, the milk thief that was stealing milk from her last fall. And her 7th calf is somewhere else. Oh, he's still there. Yeah, he's down there by those white jugs, just the side of those white jugs. I can see his head sticking up. He was laying there when I was driving over there. He was still. Why is he laying around? I guess he's okay. He's just resting. And some other. Oh, they're eating the grass by the fence. The cows didn't care for it too much. Oh my God! I'm showing no battery. So I gotta go back to the house. So because I'm done for today. Calves are still over there. Oh. She's my oldest cow and best cow. She's had 7 calves. She's working on her 8th, I hope. Her last calf was a bull. She's had first four calves were heifers. I still got 3 of those. Two-tone one. That one, that was 3. 1 and 3. 2 I already sold with her 2 calves last fall. And this one here, that's number 4. Then she had the white bull that's up at the house now. That's number 5. 6 is that heifer there, the milk thief that was stealing milk from her last fall. And her 7th calf is somewhere else. Oh, he's still there. Yeah, he's down there by those white jugs, just this side of those white jugs. I can see his head sticking up. He was laying there when I was driving over there. He was still. Why is he laying around? I guess he's okay. He's just resting. And some other. Oh, they're eating the they're eating the grass by the fence. The cows didn't care for it too much. Oh my God! I'm showing no battery. So I gotta go back to the house. So because I'm done for today. Okay, let's go. There's some honeysuckle across the road, and lots of red clover here too. Ah, no mail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all there. I'm gonna go ahead and let them in here so they can eat this stuff. I'll open that gate, and when I close it, it'll block off the garden. They can't get in there. I'm also gonna let them in before I mow anything. I'll give them a chance to eat any new grass and plants that are growing in front of the house. Close them gate. Close that gate. Gate, of course. I do that anyway. And putting this wire up here, I just got to open that gate over there, and the gate down behind the house. I guess I wouldn't hurt to hose these down a little bit, get some of that dirt off of them. I'll do that sometime. They ain't going anywhere for a while. Okay, let's open that gate. I'm not going to call them today. They're content eating the grass down in the bottom. So I'll just leave them alone. I'll find out tomorrow morning if they found this open gate yet. Sometime tonight or tomorrow morning.